Hey, Vikings Nation. Skol. It's time to dive into the Minnesota Vikings 2025 offseason. And let me tell you, it's been a wild ride. From blockbuster signings to draft debates, our purple and gold are making waves. But not everyone's on board. ESPN's Seth Walder slapped us with a C+ grade, ranking us 24th in the NFL. A C+? For this offseason? Grab your horns because we're about to unpack why this roster is built for greatness and why the critics are missing the mark. What do you think? Did Kwesi Adofo-Mensah crush it or not? Drop your thoughts in the comments. First off, let's talk about the big picture. The Vikings went all in, spending over $350 million in free agency to stack this roster for a Super Bowl run. That's not just splashing cash. It's a statement. General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is betting on young talent like J.J. McCarthy, whose rookie contract gives us cap flexibility that other teams can only dream of. But here's the kicker. Walder's critique ignores how these moves set us up for both now and the future. Are we crazy, or is this one of the smartest offseasons in Vikings history? Stick with me as we break this down in 10 electrifying scenes, filled with stats, stories, and that Vikings fire. From J.J. McCarthy's rise to Andrew Van Ginkel's monster deal, we're diving deep into every move. Ready to feel the Skol spirit? Let's roll. J.J. McCarthy is the cornerstone of this Vikings offseason, and for good reason. Drafted 10th overall in 2025, this kid's got the arm, the brain, and the heart to be our franchise quarterback. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah didn't just pick a QB. He picked the guy to lead us to Valhalla. With a rookie contract keeping his cap hit low, we're talking about a 4-year window to build a dynasty without breaking the bank. How pumped are you to see McCarthy sling it in purple? Now, let's get real. Walder gave props to sticking with McCarthy as QB1, but he's sleeping on what this means. That rookie deal is a cheat code. Teams like the Chiefs and Eagles are handcuffed by massive QB contracts, but we've got cap space to sign stars and depth. In 2025, McCarthy's cap hit is projected at just $5.8 million, leaving room for heavy hitters like Jonathan Greenid and Blake Cashman to wreak havoc. That's strategic genius, folks. But here's the suspense. Can McCarthy handle the pressure? He's stepping into a veteran-laden roster with sky-high expectations. Training camp kicks off July 26th, and all eyes will be on him. Will he be the next Kirk Cousins, or something even bigger? Tell me, Vikings fans, what's your bold prediction for JJ's rookie season? Let's talk about Will Fries, our right guard who's got Walder all twisted up. The Vikings signed him to a $17.5 million per year deal. And yeah, it's a big number. But hold up, this contract is smarter than it looks. Fries played just 5 games last season but was a beast, anchoring the line with elite run-blocking grades. Kwesi's betting on his upside, and the contract structure screams flexibility. Vikings fans, are you buying this move? Here's the deal. We can cut Fries after 2026 with only $12 million in dead money. Peanuts when the 2027 cap is projected to hit $340 million. That's just 3.5% of the cap. Compare that to Mekhi Becton's prove-it 2-year deal with the Chargers for $10 million annually. Becton's a gamble after 1 good year with the Eagles, but Fries? He's our long-term answer. Walder's whining about other good guards doesn't hold up when you see the market. The real question is, can Fries stay healthy and dominate? If he protects McCarthy and opens lanes for Aaron Jones, this line could be elite. Picture this. Fries pancaking defenders while McCarthy drops dimes to Justin Jefferson. What's your take? Did we overpay? Or is Fries the steal of the offseason? Now, let's get to Jonathan Allen, the defensive tackle who's got critics raising eyebrows. Walder says Allen's on the decline, but let's break it down. The Vikings snagged him after his release from the Commanders, signing a deal with a 2025 cap hit of just $6.42 million. That's a bargain for a 2-time Pro Bowler who's still got gas in the tank. Who else is hyped for Allen to clog up the middle? Here's where Walder misses the boat. Allen's new deal is a smaller cap percentage than his old Washington contract, and we didn't give up draft picks to get him. Plus, if things go south, we're out after 2026 with just $4.66 million in dead money. Kwesi's playing chess while others play checkers, building a defense that ranked 8th in points allowed last year. Allen's 5.5 sacks in 2024 might not scream elite, but his ability to eat double teams frees up guys like Dallas Turner. The suspense? Allen's got to prove he's still a force at 30. Brian Flores' defense thrives on versatile big men, and Allen fits like a glove. Imagine him and Blake Cashman stonewalling NFC North run games. What do you think? Can Allen silence the doubters in 2025? Andrew Van Ginkel's extension is where things get spicy. After a second-team All-Pro season with 11.5 sacks and 2 pick-sixes, the Vikings locked him up with a 1-year, $23 million extension through 2026. Walder's calling it risky, but come on. This is Kwesi rewarding a dog who fits Brian Flores' scheme like a custom-made glove. Who's ready to see Van Ginkel terrorize quarterbacks again? Let's unpack this deal. Initially, the Vikings wanted a 3-year contract, but Van Ginkel signed for 2. This extension effectively makes it a 3-year, $43 million deal, with his 2025 cap hit dropping by $1 million. Plus, most of that $23 million is guaranteed, sending a message. The Vikings take care of their own. That's the kind of culture that gets free agents knocking. Compare that to Danielle Hunter's departure. Van Ginkel's production last year was just as nasty. But here's the edge-of-your-seat moment. Can Van Ginkel keep up that all-pro level? He's never topped 6 sacks before 2024. So is this a fluke or the new norm? Picture him and Jonathan Greenid hunting Jared Goff in Week 1. Drop your predictions in the comments. How many sacks for Van Ginkel in 2025? The Vikings draft process has Walder throwing shade, claiming we botched it by not trading with the Giants or Falcons. But hold up. Did Atlanta even call? Reports confirm the Giants made an offer, but Kwesi stuck to his guns, landing Ty Felton, a speedy, physical receiver from Maryland. That pick's got fans buzzing, so let's dive into why this draft could be a game-changer. Felton's tape is electric, 4.3 speed, physicality in the run game, and hands like glue. Kwesi called him a weapon post-draft, and with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison already in the fold, Felton could be the X-factor in 3 receiver sets. Walder's critique ignores how this pick maximizes McCarthy's weapons. The Vikings' 2025 draft class, including left guard Donovan Jackson and edge Dallas Turner, is projected to have all 5 picks on the 53-man roster. That's depth and talent. The big question: did Kwesi miss a trade-up opportunity for a bigger name? We'll never know the full story, but passing on a trade to secure Felton feels like a bold bet on fit over flash. What's your take, Vikings Nation? Was sticking with Felton the right call, or should we have chased a blockbuster trade? Let's zoom out and talk about Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's master plan. The man signed a multi-year extension in May 2025, and it's no wonder why. His free agent moves are hitting. From Zadarius Smith's 10 sacks in 2022 to Byron Murphy Jr.'s 6 picks last year, Kwesi's got a knack for finding value. The 2025 spending spree $350 million shows he's all in for a title. Are you as hyped as I am about Kwesi's vision? What makes this offseason elite is the flexibility. Every big contract fries Allen Van Ginkel has an escape hatch. With $23.5 million in cap space left for 2025, per over the cap, we've got room to add a corner like Rasul Douglas or Asante Samuel Jr. if needed. Kwesi's not just spending, he's building a roster that can pivot. That's huge when you're staring down a 2026 cap crunch of $363.3 million. But here's the drama. Can Kwesi keep this magic going? His 2022 draft class, ouch, with only Jalen Nailor left standing, is a sore spot. If McCarthy, Felton, and Turner don't pan out, the heat's on. What's your vibe on Kwesi, genius GM or still proving himself? Let's hear it. The cornerback room is another hot topic, and Walder's sleeping on it. With Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers, Mekhi Blackmon, and Jeff Okudah, this group's got depth and upside. Kwesi added 5-time Pro Bowler Stephon Gilmore last year to shore things up, and now there's buzz about adding Rasul Douglas or Mike Hilton. Vikings fans, who's your dream CB signing? Here's the stat that pops. Murphy's 6 interceptions in 2024 were a career high, and Rodgers is poised for a breakout. Okudah, a former top 3 pick, is on a one-year prove-it deal and could start. This unit's young, hungry, and coached by Brian Flores, whose defense ranked 4th in pressures last year. Walder's C+ grade feels like a slap when you see this potential. Plus, Kwesi's history of betting on injured players like Blackman shows he trusts his medical staff to unlock gems. The suspense? Can this group gel in time for Week 1? Losing 2 corners to injury last year stung, so depth is critical. Imagine Rodgers picking off Jordan Love at Lambeau. Drop your thoughts. How good can this secondary be in 2025? Let's talk about the cap situation because it's a sneaky concern. The Vikings are sitting pretty with $23.5 million in 2025 cap space, but 2026 is a different beast. $363.3 million in commitments. Kwesi's got to clear $61 million just to sign a single free agent next year. That's a tightrope, but his track record says he's up for it. How confident are you in Kwesi's cap wizardry? The beauty of this offseason is how Kwesi's contracts balance now and later. Take Van Ginkel's deal, lowering his 2025 cap hit by $1 million while guaranteeing cash shows foresight. Same with Allen's low $6.42 million hit this year. These moves keep us flexible while fielding a contender. Compare that to Rick Spielman's era, where Kirk Cousins' deal choked the cap. Kwesi's playing a different game. The big what if? If we don't win big in 2025, 2026 could force tough cuts. Maybe even a fan favorite like Josh Metellus, who's in a contract year. Picture the heartbreak if we lose him. What's your strategy for the cap crunch, Vikings Nation? Hit the comments. Training camp is right around the corner. July 26th. Baby, Back Together weekend is going to be lit with practices, autographs, and that first padded session on July 28th. This is where the 2025 Vikings take shape. With J.J. McCarthy, Ty Felton, and Dallas Turner all fighting for roles, camp's going to be a battleground. Who's your breakout star to watch? The roster stacked 90 men deep, one of the best in the NFL, per Sporting News. But cuts are coming, and names like Ty Chandler and Brian Asamoah from the 2022 draft are on the bubble. Kwesi's leaning on young talent like rookie guard Donovan Jackson and undrafted gems like Silas Bolden. The drama's real. Who makes the 53-man roster and who's out? That's the Vikings storyline we're all glued to. Here's the hook. Camp will show if this offseason's hype is real. Picture McCarthy hitting Felton for a 50-yard TD while Van Ginkel sacks the practice squad QB. What's your bold camp prediction, Vikings fans? Let's get those comments rolling. Let's wrap this with the big picture. The Vikings are built to win NOW. Kwesi's offseason wasn't just good. It was elite. From McCarthy's cheap deal to Van Ginkel's all-pro extension, every move screams Super Bowl or bust. Walder's C+? That's just noise. We've got a roster that can hang with the Lions, Packers, and anyone else. Skol Vikings. Let's make 2025 our year. But the journey's just starting. Training camp, contract years for guys like Josh Metellus and Ivan Pace Jr., and a tough NFC North await. The suspense is killing me. Can we finally bring that Lombardi trophy to Minnesota? I'm all in, and I know you are too. What's the one thing you're most excited about for 2025? Drop it below. Vikings Nation, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe, and share this with every purple-blooded fan you know. Comment your thoughts, your predictions, and let's keep the Skol spirit alive. Until next time, Skol Vikings.